All right, so here's another example of verifying an identity. So again, remember that this equals is not an equals in the traditional sense. We're basically asking, is this equal? Is this equal? Can we prove that one side is equal to the other? All right, now you can actually choose either side to work on. Now it's usually easier to choose the more complicated side. And it's also a good strategy to just take that more complicated side and write everything in terms of sine and cosine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to rewrite everything in terms of sine and cosine. So I'm going to replace that tangent with the identity for tangent, which says that tangent is equal to the sine of t over the cosine of t. Okay? And then we have plus cosine of t. And we're asking, is that equal to secant of t? Now, I can't really tell much here. Not yet. All right. Now, I know that I can combine this, sine of t times sine of t over cosine t. I can treat this like sine over 1, right? So multiply that, and I get sine squared of t over cosine of t. And then I'm adding to that the cosine of t. So, all right, I have two things added together. Now, if I want to try to add those together, I have to have a common denominator. So probably the thing I want to do, I want this other side here to have a cosine in the denominator. So if I just multiply this by cosine of t over cosine of t, then I'm just multiplying by 1, so I haven't really changed anything. And so then I'll have a common denominator. So again, I'm asking, is this equal to secant of t? All right. I don't know yet. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I've got a common denominator, so I can combine these two now. So I have sine squared of t, and then cosine times cosine is cosine squared of t, and this is all over cosine of t. Okay? It's getting closer, right? I'm asking, is this equal to secant of t? And I know that sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. So this is equal to 1 over cosine of t. Is that equal to secant of t? Well, I know the identity that 1 over cosine is indeed secant of t. So yes, that is equal to secant of t. Boom, I'm done. And I'm going to write QED. All right, to say yes, I did it. All right, I'll meet you in the next example.